What is going on, folks? Will Turba here for Demand the Truth. We're in downtown Denver, and we're going to talk about some occult symbolism. So please refer to my earlier videos where I audit the Masonic Temple in Washington, D.C., the Mother Lodge, as well as the one called DTT times Universal, that's with a O, Universe, S-O-L crew. And take a look at the similarities. I'll be going over that. So check out this video, guys. As you know, I'm demonetized, which is fine because I don't need the money, but I do need you guys to like, share, and subscribe, because when you're not monetized, your channel does not get recommended. So please help me out, guys. Now, the official symbol of the city of Denver, of course, is a phoenix, and that is probably one of the most powerful or most well-known occult symbols when it comes to animals. Crossing the street here, and this is the main plaza. As you can see over here, we have the State House, which I was at the other day, created an amazing protest. And this is a plaza, and it's, of course, as you see, it's locked, it's closed to the public. But I just want to show you something real quick. Now, outside of every Masonic, or pardon me, inside of every Masonic temple, you've got the two pillars right there. You see one with the ball on top, and the another right there. Joaquin and Boaz, the Masonic ones right there. And then you see below that right there, you see the little lions on either side, right? Just like the other sphinxes on the other side, on both sides of the World War I memorial that we saw in Kansas City, and just like both sphinxes that are flanking either side of the Supreme Mother Lodge of Freemasonry in Washington, D.C. And yet, I've been talking about fascism for a very long time. You can see right here, we also have another symbol of fascism. Interesting. Now, you guys don't take my word for this. I'm going to show you right now. Now, let's see. This is from the ADL's actual website, screenshot. And as you can see right there, ADL Fascists. Google it yourself if you can't see it that well. It's a hate symbol. It's a symbol I just showed you. And then this is the official seal of Colorado, an all-seeing eye with the sun shining behind it. And then symbol of fascists, as I'm showing you right here. That's the ADL's symbol of fascism. So why does Colorado, in a constitutional republic, have that symbol? And then look below that. See at the bottom right here? You got the symbols of fascism on either side of Congress. So you guys voting for the lesser of two evils and still getting evil, you wonder why you get evil. You wonder why, guys, that we don't have any justice. You wonder why we have to beg and plead for our freedoms. And take a look at the towers of Bocan and Joas, and you got the lions. Now, back to the lions. These here are lions and not sphinxes. And why is that interesting or important? Well, if you take a look at the actual sphinx in Egypt, its body is much larger. Its body is much smaller than its face. It looks like it's been chipped away. I believe, and so do some other researchers and mainstream scientists as well, that it was actually a lion and someone carved it, made it much smaller. And I believe that the entire symbol of the Sphinx may have been a memorial or an honor to the constellation Leo. Because if you take a look at the time, not when mainstream science says it was built, but if you go about 10,500 years ago, the Strip in Giza, as well as the sky mirror each other. So I believe that there's good evidence to say that these sphinxes, that sphinx itself is actually a lion. So you see the two lions, the two sphinxes outside of KC. You see the two twin pillars, Joaquin and Boaz. Then we have right here. What do we have right here? Oh, just another obelisk. Everywhere I go, I do a video on an obelisk, guys. George Washington, the Washington Memorial's an obelisk. There's an obelisk in every single state, for sure, that I've been to. And that's a Masonic symbol. That's another Egyptian symbol. So why do we have these symbols of Egypt, obelisk, sphinxes, pyramids in America? And why do we have symbols of fascism on places that are supposed to be constitutional republics? Now I'm going to walk up, show you one more thing before I wrap this little ditty up. But we're walking up to the state capitol. Beautiful. I did a great video the other day. Reinvigorated my belief in Americans' capacity for freedom. I thought this country was done, but apparently it's not. So I'm very pleased. This is just a beautiful Capitol building. I'm a little bit sorry that I couldn't, a little more than a little bit sorry, that I couldn't go in and check it out. But what are you expecting? We're living in a fascist world. That's why I tell people, oh yeah, keep voting for Trump, keep voting for Bernie. That's gonna help. Yeah, no, that's not gonna help, guys. You can't ask for freedom from your masters, who openly display their fascism in your face. Like, you know who else was a fascist? Hitler, although he claimed to be a socialist. Those are just varying degrees of the same thing. The National Socialist Workers' Party of Germany, but Hitler was pretty big fascist. So, now, as you can see, beautiful state capitol. This is a pretty interesting monument. I'll tell you about that. I'm going to show you one more piece of symbolism, then we're going to wrap this up. But this is, as you can tell, a Civil War monument. And it says on this plaque here, it says, the controversy surrounding this Civil War monument became a symbol of Colorado's struggle to understand and take responsibility for our past. On November 29, 1864, Colorado's 1st and 3rd Cavalry, commanded by Colonel John Chivington, attacked Chief Black Kettle's peaceful camp of Cheyenne and Arapaho Indians on the banks of Sand Creek, about 180 miles southeast of here. In a surprise attack, soldiers killed many more than 150 of the village's 500 inhabitants. Most of the victims were elderly men, women, and children. Though some of the civilians and military personnel immediately denounced the attack as a massacre, others claimed the village was a legitimate target. This Civil War monument, paid for by the funds of Pioneers Association of the State, was erected on July 24, 1909, to honor all Colorado soldiers who had fought in battles of the Civil War in Colorado and elsewhere. By designating Sand Creek a battle, the monument designers mischaracterized the actual events. Protests led by some Sand Creek descendants and others throughout the 20th century have since led to widespread recognition of the tragedy as Sand Creek's massacre. This plaque was authorized by Senate Joint Resolution. So, and again here, got the Colorado state steel right there. And what is it? It's a symbol of fascists. It's a fascist symbol. You can go on the ADL's website to this day right now. And what does it say? It says it's a symbol of hate. So why is a fascist symbol of hate in front of our state house? Oh, and take a look at this ditty. Someone must have carved this in too. We've got right below it an upside down cross and a 666. So there's that. So we're living in a fascist dictatorship run by an oligarchy, run by an elite, and it's a very sad thing. Got cut off there, guys, but that's why I really appreciate you guys supporting this channel. I'm not in this for the money. I've lost jobs. I spend more time instead of getting a second job doing this. Because why? I don't like child trafficking rings. I don't like people lying us into unconstitutional wars. And I don't like people saying that they're going to help us and then they have symbols of fascism right there. So guys, I need you guys to stand up and take action non-violently. This has been Will Turbot for Demand the Truth. Fake Mike, real news.